A very good morning, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel Echo Aftab. So, in my today's series of Understanding Economics with Aftab, I have come with the next concept, and that is equations. In our earlier classes, we understood about what do you mean by exponents, and then we understood about polynomials, and today we will be exploring about equations. Myself, Aftab Bhai, welcome you to my class Equations. When you speak about equations, what do you mean by equations? Equations, as we see, is a mathematical statement setting two algebraic expressions equal to each other is called an equation. So, a mathematical statement where there are two algebraic expressions such as x plus y is one algebraic expression and this one another algebraic expression such as z plus e. So these two algebraic equations are set equal to each other. Such a thing is called as an equation. So when you speak about equation, there are basically two types of equations. There are many types, but today in our class we will be understanding about two types. One is linear equations and the other is quadratic equations. So what do you mean by linear equations? An equation in which all variables are raised to the first power is known as linear equation. So you will understand this definition when you see an equation. So this is the example for linear equation. Y is equal to a plus bx. So here the variable x, as you can see, is raised to the power 1. So that is what is called as linear equations. A linear equation can be solved by moving the unknown variable to the left hand side of the equal sign and all the other terms to the right hand side. So whenever we want to solve a linear equation, we just move the positions of the unknown variables and the other terms. So let us see with an example what is this. So solving of linear equations. Example, if we are having an equation 7x minus 6 is equal to x plus 12. So here there are two equations which are set equal to each other. So friends, this 7x minus 6 is equal to x plus 12. If you want to solve for x, then as the previous slide says, what we have to do is move the unknown variable to the left hand side. So here which are the unknown variable? We are having x, which is the unknown variable, and then all the other terms to the right hand side. So x needs to go to the left hand side and 6 needs to come to the right hand side. So if you want to solve this thing, how it will be solved? So the same equation, 7x minus 6 is equal to x plus 22. 7x as it is I have taken it, minus 6 is equal to x. So here which is our unknown variable? X is our unknown variable and the other term is 6. So this x needs to come to the left hand side and 6 needs to come to the right hand side. So 6 has come to the right hand side and we will move x to the left hand side. So friends, unknown variables are on one side and the other terms are on the other side. So if you try to solve it now, 7x minus x is equal to 6 plus 12. That is 6x is equal to 18. And now when you want to solve this 6x, you want to know what is x. The further solution is 6x is equal to 18. Here we will move 6 to the right hand side. So it becomes x is equal to 18 by 6 or x is equal to 3. This is the way to solve linear equation by moving the positions of the unknown variables and other terms. Moving ahead, next is quadratic equations. What do you mean by quadratic equations? A quadratic equation is an equation where the highest exponent of the variable is a square. Highest exponent of the variable is a square. This is the reason in my previous class we understood what is the meaning of exponents, and also we understood what are the different concepts such as coefficients and variables. So moving ahead, the name quadratic comes from the word quad, which means square, and here it is quadratic equation because the variable gets squared. It is also called an equation of degree 2. This is the example: ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So you can see here ax raised to the power of 2. This 2 which is in red is the exponent, and that is what is called as square. So ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is an example of quadratic equation. How can we solve a quadratic equation? A quadratic equation can be solved by factoring, which we understood in our previous class of polynomials, by quadratic formula, and lastly by completing the square. So in today's class we shall not worry about completing the square. We will just focus on the first two, that is factoring and quadratic formula, and we'll just leave out completing the square. Factoring I had told in the previous class, yet I will take it up in today's class also for us to understand factoring of equations. So let us see how a quadratic equation is solved. Solving of quadratic equation. So friends, solving a quadratic equation by factoring. So our first example, let us say x square plus 13x plus 30 is equal to 0. So what are we going to do here? We are trying to solve a quadratic equation by factoring. So here, as I said in my previous class of polynomials, this is a, this is b, and this is c. So a is equal to 1, b is equal to 13, and c is equal to 30. So to solve quadratic equation, we need to multiply a into c. So our a is 1 because it is 1x, which need not be written, into multiplied by 30, and that is equal to 30. And next our b is equal to 13. So to know the value of x, we need to simplify it. So we need two numbers whose product will be 30, and when we add them, the summation will be 13. So if you look at it here, easily we can say 10 multiplied by 3 is 30, whereas 10 plus 3 is 13. So this I can write it as x square plus 10x plus 3x plus 30 is equal to 0. Further solving it, x is a common, so x plus 10 plus, here 3 is a common, 3 into x plus 10 is equal to 0. So we have got x plus 10 and we have got x plus 3 is equal to 10. So through factoring, while solving quadratic equation, we can say the value of x is equal to minus 10, or the value of x is equal to minus 3. So this is how we solve quadratic equation with the help of factoring. This thing already we have understood in our previous class when we were studying about polynomials. Please, I suggest your friends, if you have not seen the previous videos, go and see the previous videos which is available in the playlist Mathematics for Economics. Now, going next, we shall try to see how to solve quadratic equations by using a quadratic formula. So this is the second way. Let us take, for example, an equation in the form of 5x square minus 55x plus 140 is equal to 0. So how to solve this quadratic equation with the help of formula? So we shall see what is the formula of quadratic equation. So here the formula of quadratic equation is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a. So as I told you, this is our a, this is our b, and this is our c. Now let us put these terms in the formula and see what do we get. So here this is equal to, already we are having minus here, so that minus I am writing here, minus b is minus 55, so minus 55 plus or minus square root of b square is again minus 55 square minus 4, a is 5, 4 into 5, and c is 140. So all these things comes under our square root, the whole divided by 2 into a, that is 2 into 5. So if you see the first case, minus into minus becomes plus, so we are having 55 plus or minus inside the square root. If you see here, we are having minus 55 square is 3025 minus 4 minus 4 into 5 into 140, 4 into 5 into 140, this will be 2800. 2800. So this entire thing divided by 10. So this is equal to 55 plus or minus square root of 3025 minus 2800 is equal to 225, the whole divided by 10. This we can write it as, this is equal to 55 plus or minus 15 divided by 10. So friends, we will get two things, that is 55 plus 15 divided by 10, that is equal to 65. I'm sorry, 55 plus 15, 70 divided by 10, that is equal to 7, or we will get 55 minus 15 divided by 10, that is equal to 40 divided by 10, that is equal to 4. So here friends, when we started solving the quadratic equation with quadratic formula, we have got the answer that x is equal to 7 or x is equal to 4. So this is how we have solved. In the previous case of factoring quadratic equation, there also we get 2, x is equal to or x is equal to. Similarly, the same thing, if you want to solve it with factoring process, what we need to do is, because the numbers are larger, 5 into 140, and then trying to find out the sum of two numbers which will give us minus 55 and the product giving us this thing, it becomes complicated. So we just make use of quadratic formula. So going back to our slides, we have understood about solving quadratic equation with the help of factoring and formula. Next is simultaneous equations. So what do you mean by simultaneous equations? Simultaneous equations are two equations, each with two unknowns, and are simultaneous because they are solved together. So here we are having again two equations and with two unknown variables. Earlier we saw it was only x. Now we are bringing into the picture one more unknown variable such as y. It may be x and y, or any two a and b, or you can say r and t. So any two unknown variables which are there in two different equations which are set equal to each other and which are solved simultaneously is called as simultaneous equations. A system of simultaneous linear equations can be solved by substitution method, or it can be solved by elimination method. So in our today's class, we will be seeing both the methods of solving simultaneous equations, substitution method as well as elimination method. So let us see the example. Solving simultaneous equations by using substitution method. So for our example, let us take the case of two equations. The first equation is eight PB minus 3PM is equal to 7. Let this be our equation number 1, and the next equation is minus PB plus 7PM is equal to 19. So let this be our equation number 2. So what these equations are? So these equations we can say are the equations of two different markets. So the first thing is I am speaking about is there are two markets, and these two markets, two goods are sold. Let us say the good B is banana and the good M is mango, and PB is price of banana and PM is price of mango. So in this equations we can say the equilibrium condition for two markets of banana and mango, where PB and PM are the prices of banana and mango respectively. So let us start by knowing, we want to know what is the price of banana and what is the price of mango. So in order to know the values of these things, so let us start with substitution method. For substitution method, we will take our first equation. We will try to solve our first equation. So our first equation that I am going to take here for solving is minus PB plus 7PM is equal to 19. So here I will solve it for PB. So taking PB outside, minus PB becomes plus PB. So PB is equal to 7PM minus 19. So we have solved for PB. Now the next step is substituting the value of the term in other equation. So how to do it? So here I will take equation number 2. So substituting PB in equation 1. So what will we get? Our equation 1 is, as you can see in the top, it is 8PB minus 3PM is equal to 7. Now this PB we are going to substitute it here. So when we are substituting it, it becomes 8 multiplied by 7PM minus 19. So this is P. 7PM minus 19, close the bracket, minus 3PM is equal to 7. So what we have done over here, friends, we have done simply this 7PM, which is equal to PB, I have taken it here in place of PB. So this is what is called as substitution method. Moving ahead, 8 into 7PM, that is 56PM minus 8 into 19 is 152 minus 3PM is equal to 7. So if you see here, we are having 56PM minus 152 minus 3PM is equal to 7. So I will say 56PM minus 3PM. So it becomes 53PM, that is equal to 7. This minus 52 goes on the right hand side, so it becomes plus 152. So this I can say it as PM is equal to 159 divided by 53. So that is equal to 3. So we have got the first value, we have got the price of mangoes, and the price of mango is rupees 3. Now inserting the price of mango in our first equation. So here substituting PM in equation 1, what do we get? Again, as we have seen, our equation 1 is 8PB minus 3PM is equal to 7. So we have got the value of PM, that is equal to 3. So here when I am substituting it, I will get 8PB minus 3 into 3, that is equal to 7, or else I can say 8PB is equal to 3 into 3, 9, minus 9. So here when it goes, it becomes plus 9 plus 7. So this is equal to, I can say 8PB is equal to 16, or PB is equal to 16 divided by 8, and that is equal to 2. So friends, through this what we understood is, we understood that the price of, we have understood that through substitution method, the price of banana B is 2 rupees and that of price of mango is 3 rupees. So this 2 and this 3, if you insert in this equations, you will get the answer 17 and 19. So this is how we were able to solve simultaneous equations with the help of substitution method. Moving ahead, simultaneous equations elimination method. So we shall repeat our previous example. We'll take the same two equations. So let us say the first equation is eight P B minus 3 PM is equal to 7, and the next equation is minus PB plus 7 PM is equal to 19. In this example, we are having two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. As we want to solve this simultaneous equations by elimination method, we have to either eliminate the price of bananas from the equation, or we have to eliminate the price of mangoes from the equation. So let us see if we can eliminate the price of mangoes. So in case of eliminating price of mangoes, so this minus 3 we need to multiply it with equation 2, and this plus 7 we need to multiply it with equation 1. So friends, in case of elimination method, so I'll take first is seven. The first thing that I'm doing is I'll multiply 7 multiplied by 8 PB minus 3 PM is equal to 7, and the next thing that I'll be doing is I'll be multiplying this minus 3 with equation 2. So minus 3 multiplied by minus PB sorry, it is not minus 3, it is multiplying this 3. So 3 multiplied by minus PB plus 7PM is equal to 19. So when you solve this thing, the value that we'll be getting is 7 multiplied by 8, that is equal to 56 PB minus 7 multiplied by 3, 21 PM is equal to 7 multiplied by 7 is 49. The next equation, 3 multiplied by minus PB, so this becomes minus 3 PB plus 3 multiplied by 7 plus 21 PM, 3 multiplied by 19, we get it as 57. Now when we are solving these two equations, we need to add up these two equations. In this case, you can see minus 21 plus 21, this gets cancelled because both are opposites. Plus 21 minus 21 is equal to 0. Plus 56 PB minus 3 PB will give us 53 PB, and here 49 plus 57 will give us 106. So you can see here 53 PB is equal to 106. Therefore PB is equal to 106 divided by 53. 106 divided by 53, that is equal to 2. So the first answer that we got is we found the value of banana. Price of banana is rupees 2. So now next step is substituting PB in equation 2. What do we get? So here minus P minus PB plus 7 PM is equal to 19. PB is 2, so I'll say minus 2 plus 7 PM is equal to 19. This implies 7 PM is equal to 19 plus 2. As this minus 2 comes on the right side, it becomes plus 2. Therefore 7 PM is equal to 21. Therefore PM is equal to 21 divided by 7, and that is equal to 3. So we got what is the price of mangoes. The price of mangoes is 3. So what we wanted to know is through simultaneous equations the value of the unknowns. So the value of unknown PB, I can say price of bananas is rupees 2 and price of mangoes is rupees 3. If you insert the values of banana and mangoes in both the equations, if I say 8 multiplied by 2 minus 3 multiplied by 3, you will get the answer as 7. Similarly, minus 2 plus 7 multiplied by 3, you will get the answer as 19. This is how we solve simultaneous equations through elimination method. Going back to the slides. So as I had told you all, quadratic equations can be solved by factoring or quadratic formula and completing the square. Similarly, when we are solving simultaneous equations, we understood what are simultaneous equations: two equations with two unknowns. So in our case, the two unknowns were price of banana and price of mangoes, and both of them we try to equate it. So here simultaneous equations, we solved it by substitution method, and also we saw about elimination method. So both these examples were solved where we understood elimination method as well as substitution method. So with this, I complete my today's class on equations. I hope you understood this and you enjoyed this session. There are few mistakes that might have happened because of oversight or because of some error. So I ask your forgiveness if there are any mistakes, spelling mistake or anything. So in my next video, we will take up functions. So in functions, we'll see what are the different types of functions and how it will be applicable to economics. So with this, friends, I come to the end of today's slides, and once again, thanks for watching today's video, and thanks for being with Understanding Economics with Aftab. So till then, till my next video, take care. God bless you. Bye bye. Bye.